Hello and welcome back. So, if you are experiencing any of these 10 signs whilst drinking after 40, this could just be your wake up call because what starts as something minor can very quickly turn into something life threatening. So, pay attention. And your body doesn't always scream at you after 40, it's going to do more of a whisper. So, without further ado, if you see any of these signals, that are incredibly easy to write off as stress or getting older. And so stick around. Let's go over these 10 things. And if you recognize any of them, you need to pay attention. And these are the signs that I noticed before I quit in January 2017, and also through talking with hundreds of people that are over 40 wanting to quit drinking. So without further ado, let us crack into these 10 signs. Sign number one, brain fog, forgetting words, memory gaps. Maybe this resonates with you. After 40, your brain is already less able to repair itself than it was, say, in your 30s. So when you're pouring alcohol into your face consistently, the damage is going to compound faster than you think. The British Medical Journal tracked hundreds of drinkers over 30 years. People drinking 2 or 3 drinks a night had 3 to 5 times more actual shrinkage in the memory center of their brain. And here's where this leads. You're not just forgetting where you left your car keys, you're on a path towards like a much more permanent cognitive decline. Now, that sounds grim, and it is, but the good news is a significant amount of it is reversible if you stop. But the window to do that is closing every year if you don't. Sign number two, you need a drink to wind down at night. After 40, your sleep is already changing. Less deep sleep, more broken nights. You pour alcohol on top of that, and you're destroying the REM sleep your brain needs to consolidate the memory and regulate your mood and just kind of cope with the day's events. You think it's actually helping you relax. It isn't. And here's where it leads. The brain starts to physically need alcohol to switch off. That's where a dependency can start, and that's where withdrawals can start. And withdrawals after 40 can mean seizures, hallucinations, and in roughly 15% of cases, it's actually fatal. So you're rewiring your brain to fall off a cliff here. Sign number three, morning anxiety. This was a huge one for me. After 40, your stress hormone, cortisol, is already naturally trending higher, which is something I didn't know. Every night you drink, you spike it further. So you wake up snappy, low grade anxious with a dread in your chest before you've even checked your phone, which is obviously the worst thing you can do first thing in the morning. And here's where it's going to lead you. That anxiety is going to get worse every year, not better. The mornings are going to get harder, and eventually it stops being manageable at all. And look, if any of these first three are landing for you, there's going to be a free training in the description that walks you through exactly how to quit drinking within 60 to 90 days. So check it out. Now, on to sign four. You're not performing at the level that you know that you're capable of. And after 40, you've got too much on the line to be running at 70%. Your decisions, your responsibilities, your relationships, and alcohol is quietly eroding all three of those. You're still showing up, still getting through, you're still doing what you need to do, just about, but you're nowhere near running at full capacity. And here's where this leads. The sleep damage, the brain fog, they don't stay in a box. They bleed out into everything you do. So conversations, every decision, every piece of work that you produce, and the gap between who you are on alcohol and who you could be without it just keeps widening. Sign five, belly fat that you cannot shift no matter what you do. This was me as well. After 40, falling testosterone already shifts fat storage towards your abdomen. That's just biology. But alcohol takes your liver completely offline when it comes to burning fat. When the liver is processing alcohol, fat metabolism stops. It's running on an emergency mode, dealing with the poison first, because it would have to. And here's where this is going to lead you. That visceral fat around your organs is directly linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, and a liver that never gets a break moves from fatty to scarred to failed. Sign number 6, your go-to for stress is a drink. After 40, things you're managing, like your career, the family, various pressures, they don't get lighter. And if alcohol has become the default way that you deal with stress, you're in a cycle that is only going to tighten. Think back to when you first started drinking regularly. It was probably just weekends, maybe then after work, then earlier at the weekends. And now you can't quite remember when the rules changed here. And where this is going to lead you is every time you drink, your brain is going to get a dopamine spike. But over time, your brain is going to stop producing dopamine. So you need the drink just to feel normal, and you're not relaxing, you're borrowing from tomorrow, which we all know. And every time you borrow, that debt is getting bigger, the interest payments are getting bigger, and everything or normal things just stop feeling enjoyable at that point. The only thing that's kind of hitting you is the drink. Sign 7, your testosterone has dropped. After 40, your testosterone drops by about 1% a year, but alcohol directly suppresses the hormonal system that produces it. So you're not just getting natural decline, you're accelerating it every evening. The low drive, the flat motivation, and that you've just kind of written off as getting older. Low testosterone doesn't just affect your energy and your libido, although it affects them massively. It affects your mood, your confidence, your ability to handle pressure and make decisions. You've probably felt this. You're not quite who you used to be. Sign 8, you're getting ill much more often and taking much longer to recover. After 40, your immune system is already slowing, and it's running much slower than did it say 30. And that's, it's a normal consequence of getting older. But alcohol depletes the exact nutrients that this system runs on. So zinc, vitamin C, B vitamins gone. It also suppresses your white blood cells, which are they're like your first line of defense against infection. So the cold that used to clear in a couple of days is now with you for 2 weeks. And here's where this is going to lead you. Every illness is going to hit you harder. Every injury is going to take longer. And underneath that, your body is fighting a constant battle against the damage that alcohol is doing. People I've worked with who've been at this for years often say the same thing. They've forgotten what feeling genuinely well feels like, which is really sad when you think about it. Life doesn't have to be like that. Sign number 9, your heart is sending you signals and you're ignoring them. After 40, your cardiovascular system is already a lot less forgiving than it used to be. The arteries become or naturally become a lot less flexible with age. Alcohol raises blood pressure directly, and through the weight gain and the cortisol disruption we've already talked about, it keeps it elevated long term. So you've got that racing heart when you wake up. High blood pressure sits there quietly. There's no symptoms you can feel until it becomes a cardiac event or even a stroke. Your heart isn't sending you these signals for nothing. This is your body's last warning. It's a warning system before it stops warning you at all. And sign number 10, you've accepted all of this as this is just life now. This is just what happens now. And after 40, this is the most dangerous sign on your list. The foggy mornings, the anxiety, not feeling right. And because you're still functioning you've decided that this is what life is like now at this stage. This is just what getting older feels like. This becomes your new baseline. And the longer it's your baseline, the harder it is to remember actually what the old you used to feel like. That gap between who you are now and who you could be without alcohol keeps getting harder and harder to see because you've been standing in it for too long, for long enough that it starts to look like the new normal. You forget what it's like to not be like this. Anyway, there are the 10 signs. And look, individually, every one of them feels explainable. It's not quite enough to act on. So it doesn't hit you in the face with a baseball bat. As I said, it kind of whispers, it creeps. And then one day, the train arrives and bang, there's nothing you can do. It's too late at that point. Some of you watching this, the train is 10 miles away. Some of you, the train is a lot closer. Now, only you will know which of these two people you are. So have a think about that. And if you've noticed yourself in any of these 10 signs, there's going to be a video that pops up on the screen somewhere walking you through the exact process of how to quit after 40. This is the exact process I used and I use with all of my clients to help them quit. So give it a watch. Also, there's the free training video in the comment below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.